Good evening, everyone. I would like to call to order our regular open session board meeting at 5:30 p.m. May I have a roll call, please?
Yes, Board President, Mr. Hannah.
Present.
Board Secretary, Ms. Griffin.
Present.
Board Member, Mr. Dawson.
Present.
Board Member, Mr. Morris Jr.
Present.
Board Member, Mrs. Alexander.
She's absent.
Board Member, Mrs. Williams-Wolford.
Absent as well.
Board Member, Mr. Buchanan.
He's absent as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, can we please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Next is our moment of silence. At this time, I ask that you please place all cell phones, beepers, two-ways, whatever, on silent and or vibrate. Thank you. Spotlight on success, family math night, middle school 8th grade students, Jay Hurd, Jay Williams, Jay Menendez, and a special presentation.
Good evening, board members, administration, and community members. My name is Jada Hurd, and I was a student teacher at Lindop School Family Math Night. I truly enjoyed being a part of this event. It was wonderful to see so many families, from moms and dads to even grandparents, engaging with their children in math. I love helping them explore math together in a fun and interactive way. It was a great experience, and I am grateful for the opportunity to see how math can bring families closer while making learning enjoyable. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jaleesa Mendez, and I just wanted to say how much I love Family Math Night. As a middle schooler, I gained so much from the event. It was a great opportunity to model the joy of math to my younger schoolmates. And it was amazing to see how the event brought together not only families, but also different grade levels. Everyone, no matter their age or grade, had the chance to have fun and engage in math. It really brought everyone together, and I'm so glad that I was a part of it. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Jada Williams. Please enjoy these amazing highlights for Math Night. Mr. Ellis cue the video.
Hello, I am Mrs. Operi Seforo, principal of Edmund F. Lindop School. Welcome to Math Night. Math Night is an engaging event for all students as well as parents to engage in math, knowing that math is fun. We correlated this with our curriculum that we're using, iReady. And so parents are leaving tonight with resources in order to help their children at home and know that math is so much fun, because what happens is that sometimes parents are afraid of math and therefore their children are afraid of math. But that's not happening here tonight. We know that math can be fun and engaging.
Hi, I'm Jada. I am in 3rd grade. I love to do math every single time. I do math with my teacher all the time. And I love doing math because it makes you smarter.
Hi, I'm Emily Rubenstein. I'm a reading and math interventionist at Lindop School with grades K to 8. The event allows parents to engage in math activities with students and to get them excited about math. We have different resources so that parents are better able to support their students' math learning and number sense.
Hi, my name is Nia McLaughlin, and my favorite part about Math Night was how we got to learn a lot about math and we got to play a bunch of math games. It was really fun.
Hi, my name is Dr. Robertson, and I'm the assistant principal here at Lindop School. Family Math Night is important. It is a way for us to have families come and communities and to be engaged around the topic that is fun, math. We are excited to increase our math literacy here at Lindop School, and we are so grateful and thankful for everyone who has contributed to this fantastic event.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you for your excitement in math, as well as everyone who put on for math night. Thank you so much. Board, you got anything you would like to say?
Sorry I couldn't be there, but I've heard a lot about it, everything positive. And all I can say is keep up the good work.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have a special presentation.
Good evening, Board of Education. I am Dr. Janice Jackson. For all of the community members who may not know, thank you all for being here, staff. This is a special presentation. And so over the last several months, we've had a lot of conversations about things changing, what we needed to do, and how we might be able to impact our children differently. So I know I've heard a lot of different things about what we needed to do, but here's something that we do not talk about a lot at all. And so sometimes people may see things from the outside, but they really may not understand what's going on. And so they take it on their own accord. We talk to our children about civic engagement. We talk to them about advocating for themselves. And we also talk to them about making sure that when they do something that may not be appropriate, that they're able to change that in real time. And so we had an instance of that. I was alerted, I had received a video, and it was really saying some things that were not very complimentary of our children. And that was how they were when they were outside at a Chick-fil-A. So play for now.
Because what I'm not about to do in this political climate, in this brand new Chick-fil-A, is have all of these families, including my own, with your kids from Lindop, because I asked them what school they go to, up here dropping all kind of F-bombs and F you. So if your kid went to Chick-fil-A today on their bikes, little black kids and little black boys and girls with dreadlocks.
My name is Mason Phillips. I am a 7th grade student at Lindop. I was at Chick-fil-A.
Now this part, pay very close attention to this, because this is one of our students who wanted to make sure that this was corrected and that Lindop was not looked in a bad way or in a bad light. And so we are honoring him tonight, but I want you to hear what he had to say, and then I'll call him up. Continue.
On Saturday when this incident happened. But first, I want to apologize to Lindop School on my behalf and for my friends. Even though the person cursing was not a Lindop student, not to say that we wouldn't curse, it just makes us all look bad as a Broward community. But people my age curse, of course, everyone's cursed. Even the adults that's older than us was kids, they cursed. Now, I thought it was okay to curse in front of people our age, but I knew it wasn't okay to curse in front of people that's older than us, especially in a public restaurant that just opened. Now, I talked to my family about the video, and I found out that it was called disorderly, and it's against the law. So maybe her making that video was a wake-up call to us. But I don't think that our school deserved to be painted with a negative brush. We are not negative kids. We are all passing our classes. We've all been friends forever, and we are positives in our neighborhood. But I do want to apologize to the lady. I want to apologize for my friends. I also want to apologize for me. That was one of those black boys with dreadlocks. I especially want to apologize to Miss O, Lindop, and our mayor of Broadview. Thank you.
To stand up in the midst of chaos, to stand up when things are not going easy, to stand up when you know you might get some flack from some of your classmates. It takes courage to do that. And my student here stood up. No one had to ask him, but he wanted to make sure that it was corrected. And so at this time, I would like to present Mason Phillips this award of outstanding citizenship from Lindop School District. Please come up.
Um, I want to say the reason why I made the video was because I have family members that probably would have been ashamed of what I did, and I just wanted to do that. I also went to Freedom School, and it was a program called Answer Inc. that taught us how to be upstanders and bystanders. And I wanted to be an upstander of making that video because I knew none of my friends were going to do it. And I just want to be a good person to make the video. I also want to say my auntie because I knew she would have been mad if I didn't. My grandma, my dad, and my mom. But I just want to say thank you to them for teaching me how to be a good role model. And that's all.
Mason, before you go, I happened to see this video. It's me, man. I happened to see this video while we were away at conference. Of course, the red flags went up. I believe one of our other board members got a hold to it first. And he shared it with the rest of us. When I seen it, and then I think my daughter sent me the part where you started talking. It gave me chills, man, because it took a lot for that young black man with a young black boy with dreadlocks to get on there and stand up for his friends, his school, and himself. I commend you, brother. Keep going. Parents, y'all got a good one. Thank you for everything you're doing for this young brother. If you need us, you know where to find us, man. Reach out. We're going to be here for you every step of the way. Good job, man. Board members, anything you guys would like to say before this young man takes his seat?
I just want to shake his hand. That's it. Let me shake your hand, man.
Yeah. Can somebody take a picture of us with him?
Yeah. One more is coming.
All right. Moving right along. Public comment. I only have one. Ms. Jen Zinga, the mic is yours.
Good evening, Board of Education, Dr. Jackson, administration, community members, staff members, parents, students. On behalf of Lindop Teachers Association and Lindop support staff, we want to say thank you so much for the amazing $100 gift card that was given to us. We are super grateful. Definitely going to go into good use right before the holidays. We also want to say thank you for always believing in us and standing beside us. It takes a village. We know that. And your support speaks volumes. So happy holidays from us to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Zinga. Oh, we got gifts. Oh, thank you.
Is it heavy?
Ms. Zinga, just know the board has you guys back 100%. Whatever you guys need. Okay, moving right along. Item G, FOIA request. Dr. Jackson.
Yes, we did have FOIA requests and they have all been satisfied. I can just go and let you know what they were. The first FOIA request came from Mrs. Dempsey, where she needed some information for administrative positions. The next FOIA request was from, I'm sorry, the first one is Smart Procure. Procure probably sends us a FOIA request maybe once a month asking for the list of all of our vendors. That has been satisfied. The second one was from Ms. Dempsey. That one has been satisfied. And the last one was from Owen Wang at West Cook News, and that has been satisfied as well. However, some of the things that he was asking for, we did not provide because we do not have to provide names of people who are in charge of athletic clubs or any extracurricular things that we have. We also learned in our superintendent meeting just last week that they think that these FOIA requests from Owen Wang are AI. So they are looking into those. That is all.
Thank you. Okay. Next, item H, upcoming events and correspondence, Madam Secretary.
Yes, first we have a thank you card from Patricia Davis. It says, in our time of loss, you have given us comfort and healing through your kind words and gestures. Thank you for your love and support. Then we also have one from the family of Lisa Ray Williams, Dr. Jackson, and the Board of Education. Thank you very much for the thoughtful and appreciated holiday gift for the Lindop staff. LIA extends its warmest holiday wishes to you and to your loved ones. Sincerely, Lindop Teachers Association. And there is a thank you from We Never Lose the Ones We Love Forever, though. They're gone within the hearts of those who care. Their memory lingers on. With love from the family of Lisa Ray Williams. And that completes correspondence. Upcoming events are to be read on your own. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, we have item I, our consent agenda. I'll make that motion. I make a motion to approve the regular open session meeting minutes for Tuesday, October 15th, 2024, regular closed session meeting minutes for Tuesday, October 15th, 2024, regular open session meeting minutes for Saturday, October 19th, 2024, Lindop District 92 payroll for October 15th, 2024 through November 19th, 2024 in the amount of $548,923.78. Lindop District's accounts payable for October 15th, 2024 through November 19th, 2024 in the amount of $108,844.81. Lindop District 92 activity account reconciliation for October 2024 and the first read and adoption of policies 212, 105, 2120, 430, 460, 4170, 510, 520, 590, 5125, 5230, 660, 6135, 6270, 710, 7100, 7160, 7180, 7200, and 810 as presented. Can I have a second, please?
Cheryl Griffin, I second.
Roll call, please.
Board President, Mr. Hannah.
Yay.
Board Secretary, Ms. Griffin.
Yay.
Board Member, Mr. Dawson.
Yay.
Board Member, Mr. Morris Jr. Board Member, Mrs. Williams-Wolford. Abstain. Board Member, Mrs. Alexander.
She's absent.
And Board Member, Mr. Buchanan.
Yay.
Thank you. Motion carries. Okay, moving right along. Old business, state of the district. Dr. Moore, it's on you.
You heard me? Yeah. There they are.
Oh, sorry. It's not on you. Miss O, Dr. R, Miss Pachasik.
That's okay. We forgive you. Good evening, Board of Education, community members, teachers, and staff. Thank you so much for being here. State of the district. So we're going to go into instructional data. So as you can see here, this is our report for Illinois Assessment for Readiness, Proficiency, and Growth. In terms of English language arts, we are proficient at 42%. When it comes to math, we are proficient at 8%. Please keep in mind that we did adopt a new curriculum, and it takes 3 years after adoption for us to see that growth. When it comes to growth in English language arts, we grew at the 50th percentile. And when it comes to math, we grew at the 42nd percentile. So what this means is that in terms of the 42% in ELA, that we have to stay there in order to continue to progress, because it's actually regression, because it's saying that 4 out of 10 students grew. So 4 out of 10 students grew. Taking this into account, what we're doing, especially in mathematics, is we're doing data meetings. So we're taking it into smaller chunks with our new curriculum, iReady. What the teachers are doing is they're doing pre-tests so that they're getting itemized. They're looking at the students' itemized test scores in terms of the pre-test. Then they're able to differentiate their instruction prior to doing the post-test. So for every lesson, they do a pre and post-test when it comes to mathematics. You can see here the IAR proficiency for ELA that we just went over. Here's the growth. So the overall growth for our school in terms of ELA was the 50th percentile. So you can see in terms of meets and exceeds, we are at 71% meets and 78% when it comes to exceeds. Yay, come on. In terms of growth. Now, when we turn to math, we were at 7.5, which rounds to 8%. And again, we did adopt a new curriculum. So thank you so much for giving us that new curriculum, which is iReady. And again, it takes 3 years after implementation to see the growth we want to see. So we're moving in the right direction with those smaller chunks in terms of doing the data meetings. When it comes to science, as you can see here, science is taken, in terms of Illinois Assessment for Readiness, science is taken in grade 5 as well as grade 8. And you can see we're at 42% when it comes to science. So how did we fare over the years? So the Board of Education, you gave us a directive. You said you wanted to see our English scores go up. And what we did is we made sure that our English scores went up. So we are at 42% in terms of ELA. We know that math we need to work on. What we did, just adopt a new curriculum. And in terms of that, again, we are doing the data meetings, and which is really going through the prescriptions, especially in mathematics, to see what the children need. When it comes to Lindop and the surrounding school districts, you can see here that Lindop, again, with ELA, we scored 42%. Camargue, District 94, 39%. Hillside, District 93, 37%. Westchester, District 92.5, 33%. Maywood, District 89, 30%, and Bellwood, District 88, 18%. So when it came to ELA, we did what you asked us to do, and that meant making sure that our scores go up in ELA. So congratulations to Lindop in terms of following the directive that you gave us, and we were able to do it with the teachers' help. One
second.
Go ahead.
So this is very significant. And so when we started, we were low. No one felt like we could do it, but they persevered. They got in the classrooms. They met with the parents. We are ahead of what the state average is now. We're not where we want to be, but we are moving forward. And that is something that needs to be noted. The propaganda is saying that we are not, and our children are failing, and that we are doing poorly always, and that we do not care about children. Untrue, untrue. We see the evidence right there. So let's keep moving, and let's keep moving together. Continue, Mrs. O.
Don't worry, I'm finishing my dissertation.
Take that.
So
Take that, Doc.
yeah, I'm taking that. So in order to keep where we are in terms of English language arts, we cannot not focus. So we have to stay focused on ELA as well as math. However, in order to keep us projecting in the right direction in terms of ELA, we have to continue to increase by a minimum of 10 percentage points each year in ELA to continue to see this growth. When we look at math, so again, math, Lindop, we scored 8%. And again, 3 years, it takes 3 years after implementing a new curriculum to see that growth. However, we're doing what we need to do, and the teachers are fantastic in terms of their data meetings and being able to have the conversations with the students as well as one another in terms of what do we need to make the students grow. So why hasn't the student mastered it from the pre-test to the post-test? What's happening that they're not mastering what we're teaching them? So Camargue scored 23%, District 94. Hillside, 11%, Westchester, 26%, Maywood, 13%, and Bellwood, 9%. So that's the math data of our surrounding districts. Attendance. So when it comes to attendance, we only have one student in the whole school that is truant. Only one student. And we are working with that parent to make sure that that student comes to school each and every day. So we only have one student. When it comes to chronically absent, again, that's excused and unexcused absence. We have 9%, which is 26 students. We have no students at our school on affidavit. We have only one student who's McKinney-Vento that is chronically absent. In terms of male and female, we have 4% male, 5% female chronically absent. In terms of race and ethnicity, we have 6% Black or African American, Hispanic Latino, 2%, two or more races, 1%, and we have 0% that are chronically absent who are white. In terms of individualized education, yes, sorry.
I'm sorry, we need
Go
to
ahead.
go back. You said how many affidavits?
0! 0 affidavits. 0 affidavits.
Wow.
Yes, 0 affidavits. When it comes to individualized educational plan, we have 2% and we have 0% with 504s. In terms of low income, 7% of our students who are chronically absent are low income. In terms of multilingual learners, we only have 1%, one student that is a multilingual learner that is chronically absent. And here you can see the breakdown in terms of from pre-K all the way to grade 8. We need to really work on our middle school students because you can see here the majority of our chronically absent students are the middle school students. So what are we doing? Same thing we did last year in terms of calling the parents and letting the parents know that they can schedule doctor's appointments and or dentist appointments outside of school, not doing them in the middle of the day or taking them out early, making sure that the students are here each and every day. So every single child that's marked unexcused absence gets a phone call every single day, as well as at the end of the month, we sent home the letters in terms of if your child was chronically absent. And I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Pachazik to talk about special services.
Good evening, board members, parents and staff. Thank you, and as well as students. In special services this month, as we're very excited, of course, we always start with pre-K because it's the best. It's so much fun to see them at 3 and 4. They had the hearing and vision screening that the entire school did, but they were able to get screened with the appropriate machine for 3 and 4-year-olds. We did make sure that took place. Any student that did not pass that screening, they will be rescreened on December 2nd. And if they're unable to pass the screening at that time, a referral will be sent home. As far as the rest of special services department, we have been completing all 504s, IEPs, reevaluation, and annual reviews. I'm working with the intervention team and special education teachers to establish MTSS procedures, new accommodations for students after annual review or reevaluation or initial evaluation. Our accommodations are resent out to all of the teachers that service that students. They are sent out via email, so they're aware these may be the changes that have taken place since you have a new document in front of you. We have received a state audit request and we'll be working on it and having it completed approximately December 14th, well in advance of the deadline. Special education team, including the social workers, just the teachers, I didn't attend this one, attended the 75th Annual Illinois Council for Exceptional Children Thursday, November 14th through Saturday, November 16th. They said, thank you, school board, for allowing them to go. They had a great time. They learned a lot of information. Are looking forward to sharing out with their peers. They took today, the Naglieri test was completed on November 19th. All students took that test, and I notated here because special education students take it as well. And this is the test that District 209 administers to all of their 8th grade students getting ready for 9th grade. As I said, the pre-K through 8th grade screening, because I want to do the health side, and the rescreening December 2nd for all students. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. As we move along to new business, item 1, the recommend approval for a resolution to establish a daily meal reimbursement in the amount of $125 per policy to 125. Board, I'm asking that we table this for voting, but we still can have a discussion if you guys would like. If you want to talk about your experiences over these past 2 trips, now is your time.
You said we're tabling
We're
it?
going to table the vote, but we can discuss it. You want to talk about what you occurred and at Q?
Okay, Cheryl Griffin, I'll start us off. For instance, there was no water that was actually given to anyone. The water in our rooms was, if you even removed it from where it was on a pressure sensor. One of the bottles was like $26 a bottle. Also, there was no coffee or anything like that. They did have a refrigerator, but it was filled all the way to the top, with the exception of maybe 3.5, maybe 4 inches that was left for us to put something into. The rest of it was filled with items that you had to purchase. Miss Williams Wolford can tell you about having to get something shipped in.
So, yeah, so water is a bare necessity, and the water was more expensive than soda, and I don't drink pop. So in the rooms, the water was $26 a bottle, and down in the gift shop, they were $8 a bottle. So I said, I'm going to Amazon. I could ship me a case of water for $26, and me and a board member was going to share it. Well, to my I did not check the website. That's not something I do when I have something shipped. When I went to pick it up, they told me that I had to pay handling fee. So I had the water shipped and some snacks, some pistachios. So the handling fee was $137. And I said, well, what if I don't handle it? How can I get that to zero? And they said, well, if we put a label on it, because with Amazon, normally you have to put a label on it, ship it back. I said, what can we do to avoid that? They said, well, if you don't touch it at all and you don't receive it or ship it back after so many days, we'll send it back. And I didn't trust that, because I didn't want any fees coming back to the district. So I called Amazon, and we worked out an understanding that they would either donate or dispose of it for no fee. They sent me the email, confirmed the order, and then I sent them an email to confirm that they could either destroy it or donate it or whatever. But I was just so shocked. Like, I'm just trying to get some water and some snacks, and they were going to charge me $137. I could not believe it. And I said, how was I supposed to know this as, one of your customers in your hotel? And they said it was on their website. I don't check websites before I receive stuff, but it was a lesson learned. But yeah, so it was very expensive for just basic needs in terms of just water, Sodas,
Excuse
like I
me,
said, was a little cheaper.
let's just get to the point. We haven't had a raise in over 10 years. 10 years. We was in Vegas with $76 a day. One meal cost that. That was for the whole day. So, all this other stuff, we was trying to get to where we was going to be even with the rest of the school districts. So now we tabling it. I don't know for what reason, but we was walking around with $76 a day. So that's it.
Anyone else? Okay. Let's move along. I'll read the next one, Madam Secretary. I make the motion to strike motion to approve the abatement resolution levy for 2024 property tax relief grant as presented. I make a motion to strike motion to approve the abatement resolution levy 2025 property tax relief grant as presented.
That's two separate.
Wait.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So here we go. I make the motion to strike the motion to approve the abatement resolution levy of 2024 property tax relief grant as presented. Can I have a second, please?
Cheryl Griffin, I second.
Roll call.
Questions?
Oh, yeah. And
Why are we striking
Why is it being?
Because you asked to have it tabled so there could be a discussion.
no, we're at the property tax.
Oh, for the property tax
Number two.
relief grant.
Number two.
I thought we had agreed.
But it's not stricken.
It-
Property
it-
tax relief
It
grant.
is on ours.
On there?
It is on
Okay.
ours.
That's for the levy. That's for the levy. The property tax relief grant is not stricken. For number two.
It's a line on ours. Y'all have
For
a
number
line?
two.
You know what?
I got a line on.
It's a line on number 3.
It's number 3.
The update on.
So he just read. the
Oh, I
line.
went-
He
I-
just
I
read-
skipped.
Oh,
Okay.
I got you. I got
Dr.
you.
Moore, I'm sorry. I tried to bring you up early and now I skipped you this time. So I definitely apologize. Update on community property tax relief grant.
Yeah.
Dr. Moore, forgive me, man.
Good evening, board members. President, Superintendent, Dr. Jackson, community stakeholders and staff. How's everybody doing today? First of all, I want to say that we had a very insightful and informative meeting with a longtime resident of Broadview rather. Her name is Miss Redmond. She's a lifelong educator, 33 years or 34 years in education. Taught in River Forest High School for all those years. But she brought up a meeting and we met when Dr. Jackson offered, and it was a very informative and enlightened meeting for her. So basically, she was saying, what is the property tax relief grant? Didn't see it on her tax statement. How did we know that we got what we got? So we had a great discussion and share with her about the community property tax relief grant. First of all, Broadview, first of all, let me just share this with you. Of 857 school districts, it's only about 50 school districts that was awarded this grant. 50 out of 857. So we are one of the lucky ones. And Lindop 92 got the grant. So let's make sure we are just aware of that. But we did the calculations, and basically I want to share with you is that out of total amount that we would receive back in terms of the Broadview Village, and that means property owners and businesses, was $696,000 that would be divided among the residents and businesses. So then we share with her that of that $696,000, it breaks down to an average of $200 off your taxes. And that's a good thing when you don't have to pay more, but you get that reduction. But her main concern was, where do I see that? How do I see that? We want to be more informative because we talk about it a lot in the community, but how does it resonate to me? Because you do not see it on your tax bill, but it's behind the scenes. And you can go to your Cook County clerk and they will just share with you, not Cook County assessor who takes your money, but the Cook County clerk who can explain that. And so she was very pleased and enlightened of how we shared that with her. And she came up with a recommendation saying we should share that out, put that in our newsletter for everybody to know. And she said, I'm gonna go out to explain it to other Broadview residents of how that actually worked. And then we will present it and put it on our website coming up this next month, so that not only her, but other Broadview residents can effectively explain how we are one of 50 of getting that community property relief grant. So that was a good conversation. I was glad to meet her, a fellow educator, longtime resident of Broadview, very concerned about where is the amount that we're supposed to get. But if you look at it once again, just in summary, it's $696,000. It seems a lot if it's just one individual, but when you divide it up among the businesses and residents, it does come out to reduce your taxes to about $200. Any questions?
Cheryl Griffin, I just had one. Anytime there is any type of action such as this, there's no mention of it on the, say, the property tax that everyone's getting?
That's a good question, Ms. Griffin. As I stated previously, is that when you get your tax bill, you wouldn't see it on the itemized part of it. Is what the Cook County clerk do behind the scenes to reduce the taxes.
Okay.
So what was your question?
No, I was just thinking, okay, so basically, whenever we have anything of that nature, we've got to get in front of it and just put something out and tell them that, okay, you're not going to be able to see it on the property tax
Agree.
itself. But it has been factored in.
Right. That's up, and we are moving forward to do that.
Okay.
Make that clarification. But she was one resident that brought that to our attention. And that was a good question. And we addressed that issue immediately. We addressed that concern that she had.
So another thing I'd like to add to this is that with the property tax relief grant, we're also going to do a video that will show the actual form that you would look at, and that will also show the amounts of what you would have paid versus what you're actually paying. And so with us just saying that there's an abatement of $696,000, no one knows where it is, no one is able to see it. Sometimes it's unbelievable. However, we have all the documentation. It will be a video on the website, as well as a link in the newsletter, a QR code where everyone can view the video and see exactly where to receive that information. So it was very insightful and very helpful.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Ms. Griffin.
Any other questions from the board? No. Thank you, Dr. Moore. Oh, keep on.
Oh, I have one more.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, one more slide.
Oh.
About the tax levy. That's coming up next. Okay. This is the time to update the tentative tax levy. The levy basically is stating that this is what we're asking for our property tax. And in Lindop School District, we do a tentative presentation, and then we approve it and sign off on it in December. But I have a short presentation just to share with you what's the levy is about. Lindop School 92 2024 tentative tax levy presentation. Illinois property tax, basically the property tax limitation extension law came into effect. It regulates how Illinois property taxes are collected. Secondly, the school funding is still based primarily on local property value. The more local property value, the less state funding you have. So when you have more property value, the less state funding that you have. Property tax are approximately 77% of the district 92 annual operating budget. So we get most of our revenue from property tax, and 77%, that's a good base. That's a good base to get majority of our money from there. A school district levy will change each year based on 3 variables. 1, CPI. When CPI, that's Consumer Price Index. When there's a high CPI to keep in pace of inflation, and then we project the CPI close around that inflation point, which is 2.6. So CPI was projected to be 2.6. Next, the property tax increase. The next is the new property tax increase to fund education, offset the reductions in state funding. So you want to also, 2, is to capture all new property. That's very important, because if you don't capture it all of it at that particular time, you will never be able to get what you missed out in the previous years. And any change to the district annual debt schedule, that can change the property tax. And see right here, this is the illustration of where majority of our funds come. Of course, majority of the funds is in education, that's Fund 10. And then you go to the next, buildings and grounds, that's Fund 20, that's almost 729,000. Then you have special education, that's always going to be a lot. And then you have the other various funds, the liability, transportation, bond fund, life safety fund, so forth and so on. So this is how that pie of money of revenue is spent towards our district. Then also just sharing with you on the percentage of what in terms of the different revenue sources that we have. The federal grants is about 9.6%. Food service that we get for reimbursements, 3.1. State grants is 3.1. Evidence-based funding, you see it's just 17.3. Local additional revenues 2.2. School fees 1.5. Interest 1.2. And new property is 6.9. And the total of property tax is 77%. So that's where the revenue source comes from of our totality. Next, the levy hearing notice published in the Suburban Light, so we have to do that no later than December 5th, no more than 14 or no less than 7 days before the board meeting. A levy hearing is at 5:30 on Tuesday. The next board meeting, December 17, 2024, and approved levy will be submitted to the Cook County Clerk no later than the last Tuesday, which I never wait to the last Tuesday, to submit the levy. Thank you, board. Thank you, community. Thank you, staff. Any questions?
No, thank you for your thoroughness.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Moore.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now I make a motion to strike motion to approve the abatement resolution levy 2024 property tax relief grant as presented. Can I have a second?
Cheryl Griffin, I second.
Roll call, please.
Board President, Mr. Hannah.
Yay.
Board Secretary, Ms. Griffin.
Yay.
Board Member, Mr. Dawson.
Yay.
Board Member, Mr. Morris Jr. Board Member, Mrs. Alexander.
Yay.
Board Member, Mrs. Williams-Wolford.
Yay.
Board Member, Mr. Buchanan.
Yeah.
Thank you. Motion carries. Okay, I make a motion to strike motion to approve the abatement resolution levy 2025 property tax relief grant as presented. Second,
Cheryl Griffin, I second.
any discussion? Roll call, please.
Board President, Mr. Hannah.
Yeah.
Board Secretary, Ms. Griffin.
Yay.
Board Member, Mr. Dawson.
Yay.
Board Member, Mr. Morris Jr. Board Member, Mr. Alexander. Mrs. Alexander, excuse me. Board Member, Mrs. Williams-Wolford.
Yay.
Board Member, Mr. Buchanan.
Yay.
Thank you. Motion carries. Item 5, we just had that update from Dr. Moore.
Yes, and can I just give a quick date? So it was not done. It was stricken because it should not have been on there as the property relief grant and the abatement combined. So that's why it was stricken. In 2 years, 24 and 25.
All right. Thank you. We just had the update from Dr. Moore, so we're done with 5. Board President report. I don't have many. I want to say thank you all for allowing this board to travel on behalf of you guys, our students, and our community for our own professional development. We just returned from 2 conferences. Our first one was CUBE, which is the Council for Urban Boards of Education, which was a wonderful experience, even though we had some hiccups with our stay, but all is well. We made it back safely with some good things for our students. The next one, we just returned from CASB, which is the California Association for Black School Educators. CASB, California Association for Black School Educators. Yeah, that's right. That one was even better than CUBE. We learned a lot of great things. If you guys remember, that's the conference last year that we went and we received the award for the work that you guys are doing that is being recognized throughout the United States. I believe next year we are presenting at either CASB or CUBE, one of the two, but I know that was talked about while we were there. that they want Lindop to present. So kudos to you guys. The work is evident of what you guys are doing, and people from around the world are seeing it. How they're seeing it is totally beyond me. But when we walk in and they, hey, you from Lindop? Yeah, I am. Hey, you guys are doing some great things. So good job, guys. Thank you for all the work that you do. And we're going to continue to support you guys and represent our brand at the utmost. Okay, that is it for me. Why are you looking at me like that, Penny? What's wrong?
Are we recording now for the conference?
Sure. I didn't. I wasn't
No,
gonna stop it.
know. That's why I'm looking.
There you go. You got it. You can start.
Oh. All right. So thank you to the Lindop community for allowing us to go to the conference. The CUBE conference was about the arts. It incorporated the arts in many ways. The cast from Living Single was one of the keynote speakers, and they talked about the arts and how important it was for them in their life and everything. Actually, Kim said she was bullied by a teacher. Because, you know, she was acting and going to school and she was trying to do both. So they talked a lot about board members really incorporating the arts, not as an option or elective, but a part of being part of the curriculum itself. Also, being part of these organizations is really critical. There was a bill that was coming before at the national level that incorporated the E-rate funding. And we've gotten hundreds of thousands of dollars from E-rates, which takes care of a lot of our technology. We used it to get the iPads, to update the infrastructure within the building. But because we are a part of this organization and other school board members support them and everything, they were able to meet with the legislator over that particular bill and ask them to take the E-rate funding out of it, because how the bill was being written was if you didn't do X, Y, and Z, you couldn't apply or use E-rate funding. And it was going to be a disadvantage to us. So I'm so grateful that they're always lobbying for us. And last, I won't dominate all the time, but the one thing that really impacted me too was they talked about the food insecurities, which we know that exists for our students. However, they also talked about it for staff, especially new staff members as they start to work in education, and because of student loans and other commitments that they have, sometimes there's food insecurities as well as laundry, just the basic needs of doing laundry for children, for families, and for staff. And so what this one school district did was they had laundry dates and they gave out laundry cards so that staff or families could always make sure they had clean clothing. And so that's something really weighing on my heart. So I wanted to have a further conversation with Dr. Jackson and perhaps the board in terms of that, because we don't want families to struggle in that way. Okay, thank you. I have more, but I'll stop there. Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to thank everyone for the opportunity. I did get a chance to attend the CAPC conference, and I just want to acknowledge that as a board, we see you. And that's a message that, you know, I really want to acknowledge that we get out to not only you, our educators, our community, but most importantly, our students. And attending this conference, it really gave an eye-opening experience, because a lot of the conversations were focused around how do we get people engaged to address the needs of our Black and Brown students. And I just wanted to acknowledge that there were several different, I would say, sessions that really addressed the overall systemic issues, negative systemic issues that we face. And so really getting everyone on board and understanding that it is important for the board, the administration, and the community as a whole to really band together to create a lot of opportunities for our students. One of the real positives that I took from it was that there are programs that they have where you have local high school students that are working in dual enrollment programs with a local community college. And I got an opportunity to see a panel of about 8 students, and one of them had about 36 credit hours already working towards her associate's degree. And how did this resonate to me for an elementary school board is because it really starts with us as early as pre-K, you know, re-envisioning what, you know, higher education looks like from pre-K all the way through 8th grade. And I really thought that that was very important. So I just wanted to acknowledge that it creates an opportunity for us as a board to get more information and just broaden our horizons and bring those things back to the Lindop family here to see how we could continue to not only strengthen the workforce here, but also strengthen our students. Thank you.
Madam Secretary.
Yes, one of the conferences that I went to, it was regarding a lot of the time people assume that a child is, say, acting out in a class, but really no one has really addressed the trauma that that child may have experienced. And there could have been any incident that might have triggered that. And that's what people have got, or should I say educators have to look at from a standpoint of getting to know the child better, knowing what their experiences have been, and then trying to figure out, you know, a way to help them past that. A lot of it has to do with their mental well-being. And a lot of the schools we're talking about, they're getting more and more social workers, whereas we commented that, hey, we've already done it, especially after the pandemic. And the other thing that I took away from the conference is that the conferences that we go to are tailored specifically for our Black and brown children, whereas their experiences are totally different from what, say, some of the other schools are. And so therefore, we have to handle our situation totally different from what other schools do, because sometimes you get people comparing, okay, you guys are going to this and they only do that, but we're going to conferences that are tailored to our children.
Thank you. Mr. Buchanan. Mr. Morris.
I think the only thing I'm gonna say is when we go to these conferences, I would always say that I will yield my seat to a teacher, to an administrator, somebody that's in the school that can bring something back for the school. I know that I'm not an educator. I ain't gotta sit here and lie and act like I'm educated like that. But I'm saying, I just think that a teacher will get more out of it than what I'm gonna get. So that's me.
Thank you.
Let me just say this. Me and Greg, we was just talking about this at the last one. When we go to these conferences, it's like so many teachers. So it's like, I just wish that we would just let some of these teachers, I know we go during the week, it's hard, teachers in class and all that, but you know, I just think that the teachers would get more out of it.
Thank you. And that concludes my board president's report. Dr. J.
All right. Thank you so much and good evening again to everyone. As we all begin to talk about the trajectory that we're moving towards and how we are moving, remembering that every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. So it's important that we stay together, that we band together, and that we are able to make sure that we are providing the correct information and protecting our brand, because it is important. Okay, so first thing, some good news from programs and services. I submitted a proposal to NSBA and it was accepted. So we will be presenting on a national stage again for the upcoming, for this school year. It'll be April 4th through the 6th, and it will be in Georgia. Yep, that's a lot of work. So, yep, it is. It's a lot of work and not many people get chosen to present at a national level. The next one are the Jewel gift cards and another little thank you.
I am so excited. I cannot believe Lindop Districts 92 decided to give the entire staff gift cards for the holidays. This is such a blessing. Come with me to tell my partner, Miss Washington. Hey, partner.
Hey, partner.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. You know, the holidays are coming up. I'm a little stressed.
Okay, well, I hope I can take some stress off of you because the district decided to give us gift cards for the holidays. And not just $40 like they done in the past.
What?
But $100.
$100? Oh my goodness. Now I'm so happy because now I can plan for my menu.
That's true.
A lot of stress is off now. So I'm happy.
Thank you, Lindop District 92 from grade 2.
The next thing that I'd like to really brag about was for the National Black Energy Awareness Month. The acronym for that is BEAM. ComEd and the American Association for Blacks in Energy was conducted, and we had some of our students attend. Got a phone call from Mr. Morris saying that his wife had called him to say, look, I have some students from Lindop. And so that was amazing to see, as we know that our climate and our energy is something we want to be a part of that, but also make sure that our students are a part of that conversation and have an understanding. And this was administered through the Polished Pebbles group, of which we do have a partnership with. So thank you for that. Our PTA trunk or treat was here, and that was well attended as well in October. And now, before this, I have something that I would like to come up and say. November 15th, School Board Members Day. That was last Friday, and we missed that. It's our opportunity to thank the school board members of Lindop School District 92 and give them the recognition they have earned for providing a local voice for our community's education decisions. School board members are volunteers, serving as advocates, striving for quality education, opportunities for every student. The members of our board take on this responsibility not for a paycheck, but for their commitment to our community and its children. Our board members act as frontline advocates, providing a local voice for the community, a vision for the district, and a pathway to success for our students. Our Board of Education acts to safeguard two of our community's most precious resources, our children and tax dollars, while striving to create the best education environment possible with the resources available. Thank you, Lindop School District 92 board members, for that. Today, we honor and recognize you because you have donated your time and given your commitment to making the school welcome, a safe place for all students to achieve their dreams. Our board members wear many hats. They are education leaders, policymakers, contract negotiators, and budgeteers. But they are also our neighbors, our friends in Lindop School District 92, and all of our Tiger family are their biggest fans. Thank you, Lindop School District 92 Board of Education. Thank you very much. Can we all just give them a round of applause? And for National Board Members Day, you have edible arrangements there for each of you, and you do also have a certificate. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does that complete your report?
No, Mr. Ellis.
Doing the bird, everybody's doing the bird. I gabba gobble gobble gabba gobble doing the bird. I gabba gobble gobble gabba gobble doing the bird. I got a gulu gulu clacka lacka doing the bird. I gabba cackle lacka racka wacka doing the bird. I gabba gow turka wow wow, gotta do the bird now. Everybody's doing the bird. I gotta flap it dacka wacka wacka doing the bird. I gotta flap it dacka wacka wacka doing the bird. I gotta boogie boogie digga digga doing the bird. I gotta kick a licka doing the bird. I gotta flap flap strut strut. Guess what? Turkey bat. Everybody's doing the bird. Turkey solo. Gabba gobble gobble gabba gobble doing the bird. Gabba gobble gobble gabba gobble doing the bird. I gotta clap it, tackle, whack it. back, doing the bird. I got a flap a like a waka back, doing the bird. I got a boogie boogie digga digga doing the bird. I got a kick a like a back like a doing the bird. I got a gulu gulu clack like a doing the bird. I got a clack like a rock back doing the bird. I gobble 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 hey hey, gotta do some foul play. Everybody's doing the bird. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Ms. Griffin.
Thank you.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Próspero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
Welcome to the 50 Club. That concludes my report.
All right. Happy birthday, everybody.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Okay, here we go. Personnel committee meeting. Mr. Hannah, Ms. Griffin, that next meeting date is to be determined. Finance committee meeting, Ms. Griffin, myself, that next meeting date is to be determined. PACE governing board meeting, Mr. Dawson, Mr. Morris, Wednesday, October 16th, 2024 at 6 p.m. The next one is Wednesday, November 20th, which is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Dawson, you got anything to tell us?
Nothing big. We just got they had a Hispanic Heritage Celebration. That was really nice. And upcoming, they're trying to do the YZ thing that we did here. They're trying to do it for the kids over at Pace.
Wonderful.
See how it work out.
Thank you. Safety SEL committee meeting, Mr. Morris, Mr. Buchanan, Thursday, October 24th, 2024 at 4 p.m. That next meeting date is to be determined. Mr. Morris, Mr. Buchanan, anything? All right. Policy committee meeting, Mr. Dawson and Ms. Williams-Wolford, Wednesday, November 13th, 2024. Next meeting date is Wednesday, December 4th, 2024 at 4:30. Anything we need to know?
Nothing.
We voted on it earlier. Cool. Thank you.
So-
Para CIA committee meeting, Mr. Morris, Mr. Dawson, next meeting dates to be determined. Technology committee meeting, Mr. Buchanan, that next meeting date is to be determined. Strategic planning committee meeting, that's all of us. Saturday, October 19th, 2024 from 9 to 3. And that is activated when needed. Community engagement committee meeting, Ms. Griffin, Mr. Buchanan, next meeting dates to be determined. Negotiations committee meeting, Ms. Griffin, myself, that's ad hoc, activated when needed, excuse me. Okay, I move that the board go into closed session under 5 ILCS 120-2 C1489 and 10 to discuss the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, or performance of specific employees of the public body. Evidence or testimony presented in open hearing or in closed hearing where specifically authorized by law, security procedures, school building safety and security, student disciplinary cases, and the placement of individual students in special education programs and other matters relating to individual students at 6:39 p.m. Can I have a second, please?
Second, Brian Dawson.
Dawson, second. Roll call.
Board President, Mr. Hannah.
Yay.
Board Secretary, Ms. Griffin.
Yay.
Board Member, Mr. Dawson.
Yay.
Board Member, Mr. Morris Junior. Board Member, Mrs. Alexander.
Yay.
Board Member, Mrs. Williams Wolford.
Yay.
Board Member, Mr. Buchanan.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Motion carries. Thank you all for being here. Have a good night.